Alright, hey, welcome back to Will playing video games in the middle of the night. Today we're going to be playing a game called Aquarium for iPhone. It's, very similar to a popular game many years ago called Insaniquarium, and I absolutely love this game. It's one of my favorite games, just sentimentally, and it's just super simple and I love it. So, in the game, you pretty much protect your fish and you acquire pets to protect your fish. And you go through these levels called tanks, and we can go ahead and start here. And you'll see how it goes as I get started. You can upgrade your food and whatnot. And currently we're on tank 1-1. I think there's about 4 tanks. And you go through, I think, 5 levels per tank, 5 or 6 levels. And you just feed your fish, protect your fish from aliens that'll pop in from time to time. And that's about the game. And I would be recording with the Insaniquarium game. I'm actually on a Mac here, so I can't work with Insaniquarium too easily. I would need a Windows to do that, and my Windows is not set up to record at the moment. And as you can see there, my fish upgraded to a medium-sized fish, which got me access to be allowed to buy a fish for $100. And you can see I have some expenses up here in the corner. And I guess you can't really see where I'm pointing to, but it's going to be that orange cash symbol in the corner is going to be how I can manage my expenses. Each food I drop, I click and I'm dropping food to feed the fish. When they turn green, it's an indicator they're hungry. Each food I drop is going to charge me 5 coins, and we have fish dropping coins, and I believe these are worth about 15. Yep, that's 15 coins we get from these fish that are medium size. There's one more size to the fish that we'll be able to unlock, and that is full size. The full size, eventually here we'll see one of them turn into full size, one of these medium ones. And that's going to, it should unlock some more features for me, maybe some features, some food, upgraded food I could get, and all that. But those big fish are going to drop coins. I'm not sure how much they're worth, but they're gold coins. And we're all medium fish right now, and I can only drop 1 food at a time. So when I click on the screen, I can only drop 1 of these. But yeah, let's see here. Oh, and I guess I'm not sure if I made it totally clear. I'm currently playing on the my iPhone here, and got that hooked up to the computer. There we go. We can see we have a big fish, and that's going to unlock eventually as we go through the levels. We're going to get some more options here in the middle, but for the moment we pretty much just need to buy the egg. The egg is how you complete the level. You can see it's $150 per shell. You got to hit it 3 times to get the full egg. I've already clicked it once, and I can click it again, and I can buy the 3rd time, and I'm going to complete the level. First level is super simple, and I'm going to unlock a pet. It's Stinky the Snail. Stinky roams around the bottom of your tank catching coins. So you see how I click on the coins in order to collect them, but now I have Stinky here on the bottom of my tank who's going to collect some coins for me. And this is, I could collect all the coins in the last tank, but as I get more fish, it becomes increasingly more of an overwhelming task, between feeding your fish and collecting coins and all that. So Stinky helps out with that process a lot. So if any coins, he'll go to the coins and he'll pick them up, and you'll see that in effect he'll dart over once he sees a coin. There we go. We can afford another fish here, so let's go ahead and buy that. There he goes. Let me actually not collect one, the next one that drops, and you'll see Stinky dart over there, and he'll pick it up for me. So that's pretty cool. Pretty cool. Alright, there goes Stinky after the coin. Watch him like that, and it's just going to count for me. Stinky doesn't take a cut, he just collects the coin for me, and that's super great. Alright, those 2 coins. I'll just keep collecting these coins here, and it moves slow at the start. This game kind of moves slow, but over time it'll pick up as we get more tanks and we unlock more items for our fish and all that. Oh, and I have an alien attack coming. It says enemy approaching. And so there's going to be an alien popping in this tank here, and he eats your fish, but you have to tap on him to zap him, and that'll kill the alien. And when he leaves, you get one of those crystals, that the gems that are worth a good sum of money. gets him a coin there. So let's just keep feeding our fish here. And yeah, you saw he did take one of my fish. He did eat one. And so if he hovers over any of your fish, he is going to eat that fish. And these aliens can really do a lot of damage to your tank. But on iOS, you can click pretty quick. On maybe a Windows or a desktop computer, it may be a little harder to click that quickly. And you can see our tank number down in the corner there. There's a lot of new information coming at me. So the tank number down there says tank 12 in the bottom left-hand corner. And we have some new information here. We have the ability to upgrade our food quality. So if I go ahead and upgrade my food quality, you can see I have a different food pellet I drop when I click there. And that's going to increase the size of my fish faster, and it's going to keep them full for longer. So it's good to increase your food quality. Let me just max that out. There's only 3 food qualities you can have. I can also increase the number of pellets I drop by clicking on that. So now I can drop 2 pellets, and I can upgrade if I would like to be able to drop more pellets there. And I probably will do that. I'm going to invest in a few more fish along with an upgrade to how many food I can drop. So now I have the capacity for 3 food in a tank at once. Let's go ahead and invest in another fish. And you can see my fish are growing a lot faster. See, it just took one food there to grow that small guppy. And so that's pretty sweet. It dramatically decreases the demand on food. So it's always good to upgrade that food. Let's just increase this. And we need 500 per shell. So we're going to need 1,500 total to pass this episode. Or this tank here. We'll need 1,500 coins over the time. You can pay 500 at a time per shell. But, oftentimes it can be best to just save up and hit all 3 at once. Like I could afford now to buy a shell, but instead I'm going to invest in my system, my more fish and more upgrades in order to reach that 1,500 mark a little faster. It's investing in the long game a little bit. And I'm not sure mathematically if that actually works out in this game, but it seems to generally overall. Like now we're pretty close to 1,000, so the next shot we may be able to get to 1,500 pretty quick. And we see an enemy approaching in red at the bottom. That's going to let me know he's about to come in here, and I'll just, yeah, so he's eating some of my fish. He got about 3-4 right there. And so I'm already at 1,000 here. Not too far off where we need to be. Just clicking around and collecting these coins. Not too far off. I'll probably just sit here, feed the fish, and wait till I hit 1,500 at this point. Probably not going to invest in more fish. Alright. There we go. We're almost there. It's just by 2, and that's going to put us over the edge. By the 3rd, and we have completed the level. Awesome, so we got a new pet. He's going to be here in this next tank. Nico the Oyster, I believe his name was. He's going to open up and give us a pearl every so often, and I think that's worth about 300. I could be wrong, but he'll just spontaneously open up, and he will give us a pearl there. That's going to be worth about 300. Looks like the fish was struggling for some food there. It seems like the iOS app is a little less elegant than the full desktop version, the fish grabbing the food, but that's all good. It's good to place it in front of them a little way so they don't have to, they're not on top of the food pellet there. Let me just keep populating the tank with the food. There's the oyster. So we're at 80. It's going to send us to 330. So what was that, 250? Was that worth 250? Yeah, so it looks like that might be worth about 250 right there. And that's super nice to have that monetary advantage. It's just going to push us forward. And I'm probably not going to invest in more fish now. I'm probably going to wait until one of them gets bigger and I can invest in more food, just because it's super annoying to only be able to drop 1 food pellet at a time. So we're going to wait to invest that once we have one of our fish big and we have some food options unlocked. Alright. Sorry, there we go. Let's go ahead and grab that one. Then we have an enemy approaching. Let's see if this is a new enemy or if it's going to be the same guy here. And there's different enemies that will come into your tank over time. You'll unlock some more enemies that are a little stronger. This enemy in here, he's not too hard to deal with, but there will be some more formidable enemies entering our tank at a later time when we're a little more advanced here. We're just on tank 1-3, and like I said, I think there's about 4 tanks in here that we will be able to get to. Just waiting right now for one of these guys to get big so I can get some more food options. And there we go. So let's invest in better food first off and be able to drop 2 food and then a few fish. There we go. So we're scaling up pretty quick. And there's a series of events in which you can unlock more stuff. You can see we have the guppy that gets unlocked, and then there's this fish here, the $1,000 one. That one is going to be a carnivore, I believe they're called, and they actually they don't eat the regular food that we're dropping for these guppies. Instead, they're going to eat guppies. They're going to eat guppies in the infant phase of being guppies. So we're going to need to pay $100 to feed these larger fish. But in exchange for your investment of $100 per food, whereas I'm paying $5 per food right now with these guppies, these carnivores, they're actually going to drop the diamonds. You see the diamond drop from the enemy? These fish, they actually drop them like we have our guppies dropping coins. These fish are going to drop those diamonds for us. And see there he goes, dropping a diamond. And I think those diamonds are worth 200. If you give me a minute, when he drops the next one, we will, I'll count. So we're at 675, 875. So yeah, they're 200, I believe. 200, unless Stinky collected a coin in there. 200 per carnivore drop. And you can see he gets a little lighter when he gets hungry. So let's just invest in some fish in there. He went and ate that fish. He ate that little guppy. And what can we earn from it? One disadvantage with this setup here is that the carnivores, they or not the carnivores, the food for the carnivores, the guppies, they actually upgrade their capacity. They upgrade their size immediately. So the first food you give them, they're going to upgrade their size. So that's not too useful in that the carnivore fish, they cannot actually eat the guppies that are medium size or full size. They only can eat the small size ones. And so they can only eat the small size ones, so we have to constantly be refreshing the guppies in the tank, which is one reason to maybe not buy as much, to not buy as much of a food upgrade. Maybe you leave it at an upgrade that doesn't immediately upgrade the small guppies when they eat it for the first time. And another thing to check out here, there's a lot of new information in the beginning. We have this weapon upgrade right next to the egg. We have the weapons upgrade to upgrade our laser when we fight the monsters, the enemies that come into the tank. And that's going to be 1,000 per upgrade. I think there's 10 upgrades to that you can get to max out your weapon. And we're cruising along here. So I'm not going to be concerned too much with upgrading that at the moment. I'm just going to be concerned with feeding our carnivores and getting a lot of diamonds dropping for us. That's going to help get really high up in the dollars really quick. So let's drop in some more guppies. You can tell when they all kind of go for the food that they're getting hungry. So let's just collect all our stuff here. And I'm less concerned with feeding the guppies as I am with the carnivores, feeding the carnivores. Let's get them out of here. Because the carnivores are going to drop more money and they're going to help us finish the level a lot faster. You can see I hit 6,000 there, and so I was able to go ahead and upgrade real quick. Alright, Itchy the Swordfish is our third pet. What he's going to do is he's going to fight our aliens. The aliens coming into the tank, he'll help fight them off by doing some damage. I'm doing damage when I click and zap them. He's going to help fight as well. So that's kind of his purpose there, is to help out with that in a big way. And as you can see, you're probably starting to get the rhythm for this at the moment. It's just tank after tank, collecting more pets. And eventually, in this next level, we'll have to choose 3 pets. You can only have 3 pets in your tank at a time. So we'll have to say, select which 3 we want to have in the tank. And they all have different benefits, so you can kind of form a different strategy with each pet. And some pets, they may be more useful than others. The pets tend to get a little more powerful as you go through more levels, go through tanks that are a little bit harder, and you get a little more powerful with pets with cooler abilities. But they have different abilities, so some of the later stage pets, they're not all better. And one great pet to keep around often is going to be Stinky. he's a great pet at what he does. The first level we unlocked him, so they don't strictly get better. And there's a new enemy for us. This guy looks like he's a little stronger than the blue alien, but pretty similar alien. Aliens, they have different strategies, different tactics in what they can do, different abilities. And the first two aliens here, pretty much their ability to kill fish is just they hover over the fish and they kill the fish. We'll eventually run into some aliens that might shoot maybe rockets at your fish, and you have to destroy the rockets, as an example. But the fish running into the alien won't kill the fish, rather they shoot rockets at your fish. That's an example of how an alien might be a little bit different. So I'm not going to upgrade my food to full health this time. I'm going to leave it on the green one. That way I can optimize for these carnivores. Carnivores having food, because the price of the eggshells is going to go up to complete the level. As I go through this, it's going to upgrade the price, so I'm going to need to optimize my economy in my fish tank to favor the higher investment fish, like the carnivores. So I'm going to leave it at the green food, unless I accidentally click the 200 when I'm going for some guppies or something like that. But let's grab our first carnivore here, now that we can afford it. Alright, let's see here. There's an alien coming in, and there's Itchy to help us out with getting rid of him. Alright, then let's feed the carnivore here, and watch this fish here will eat, and he didn't grow the first time. So that's exactly what I was looking for. Don't want him to grow the first time, because, see there, now he's going to be food for the carnivore there. And the carnivore is going to be a little bit better of an investment, helping us go ahead and buy another carnivore here. And that's awesome, we're off to the races. So we need 3,000 per shell, so we're looking for 9,000 to pass this level, total. Let's go here, let's invest in a few food for the carnivores. Oh, that one actually did look like it might have upgraded immediately from the guppy phase. I'm not sure exactly how the food works, if they have different nutrition that the guppies need in order to grow, or how that system all works. Yeah, they don't all upgrade immediately. Or, I guess, that was super odd. The latest guppies I've seen upgraded immediately, but the one we tested earlier didn't. Maybe it would be best to leave my food at just base level. The base brown food that I have available when I start the level. Let's invest in more carnivores. I'm going to test out this guppy strategy a little bit. See what happens. See that guppy? That one just... Oh, there's an enemy approaching. I didn't notice that message. And we're getting attacked. Our carnivores are hungry. And one carnivore just died there. That's super sad. Yeah, we had a carnivore die. But our economy seems like it's rolling anyway, so... While I was messing around figuring out how guppies work, and I still haven't yet figured it out, we had a carnivore die there. Let's get some more guppies in the tank. Keep getting more guppies. And pretty much we want to just fill the tank here with carnivores, and that's going to help us get a lot of money really quick. Right, we can afford another one. So let's buy another one. There's a pearl. Go ahead and buy another one right here. And you can see I'm starting to be able to hit 1,000 a lot faster than I was previously, which is good. I'm starting to be able to earn a lot more money with more of these gems coming down, worth 200 a gem, so that's awesome. Let's invest in upgrading the amount of food we can drop into our tank. We have an enemy approaching. I could upgrade my weapon. That can be a useful thing to do, but for now we'll just corner the alien. That's a good strategy, just to keep him in the corner and then keep plugging away. Invest in a few more of these. And you can see we're already back at about $2,000-3,000 here in the bank. So let's invest in more food for our carnivores, as well as 2 more carnivores to get us back up to that high number we need really quick. And you can see some slots in the middle, in the center, on the top. We'll unlock some more slots with some more fish and whatnot. As we go into the further levels, they'll have some more slots there, some more things we can buy for our economy in the tank here. And we're already at 4,000, so let's invest in some more food here. and a few more of these guys to help us get back to those higher numbers quick again. Already back at 4,000. And it looks like I don't have enough of these guppies in here. Yeah, see, they get eaten up real quick, so definitely not gonna some of these in there. There's an alien. Just get rid of him. Or her. Then let's continue to build up. So yeah, we're climbing really quick now. I think I'm just going to leave it. We're already at 7,000. We only need to hit 9,000 before we can cash out and win the level. Hey, there we go. We're about to hit 9,000. Cash out, win the level. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Cool. So now we have Prego, the mama fish. She's going to actually poop out these guppies. We've been paying $100 per guppy. With this setup, with her in the tank, she'll actually produce a guppy for us every time. And now we're at the point in which we can choose 3 pets to go into our tank. We can only choose 3. It's not going to let us do 4. We would have to select our specific lineup for who do we want to take into the tank here. And then we'll say click here to continue once we have our 3 pets selected that we want to take. And yeah. So I'll probably wrap it up here for this first episode, but in the next episode we'll dive into finishing the 5th level in the tank, and then we'll end up moving on to tank 2, which is this second row over here next to Stinky. We have the second row, and then a 3rd row and a 4th row, and then these 4 slots under click here to continue in the center. These last 4 slots here are going to be for some bonus fish all the way at the very end. So we're probably not going to end up in this series filling out the 4 bonus slots, but we'll definitely fill out all of these slots here on the side, the 2 on the left, 2 on the right. So yeah, this has been Will Middleton. Thanks for joining me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.